Back for the biggest game of the day. Clearly, the biggest game of the day. Moscal says, "Yo, may I be the first on the screen? You are now the first on the screen. I hope this is a crowning achievement, and I hope it's provided a sense of fulfillment. But yes, hope you are good. Give me a sec. Reluctant Gamer, how are you? What was the Newcastle score yesterday? Did you lose? Was it 2-1 or was it a draw? I hope you're doing okay. Speaking of Newcastle, Mr. Isak is starting today, so I expect 5 goals before the 20-minute mark. That's what I'm hoping for. Stefan says, oh my god, I so cannot wait another hour for a dull game between two mid-table teams with little to play for other than scraping into the Champions League, which neither of them has the vaguest chance of winning. I mean, that's pretty much most games these days, to be honest. Mid-table teams scraping for a Champions League place that they're not going to actually win, scraping to get promoted when they're probably going to go down. That is life. Yazid says Liverpool. Hope you are good. Arsenal City, biggest game of the day for non-Liverpool fans. Yeah, is that like a 4:30 kickoff? City gonna win that, or should I say I hope City win that. I think it's in Manchester as well, so it's going to be tough for the Arsenal. I don't know who Newcastle. I don't know who Newcastle is. Just don't look at the picture. Whatever you do, that might be Newcastle in the picture, but that's an accident. Defeat again this season, a write-off now. Understandable. I mean, you are probably most definitely going to make some sort of manager change. Would you take Arne Slot? This is a genuine question. Would you take Arne Slot at Newcastle? I probably would. I think. Yeah, I would. I'd take Slot at Newcastle. How long we got? 5 minutes till the match starts. RU Scam says Europe League next season. I think you mean Europa League, but I'll let you off. That's close enough. Where's the Okay, interesting. Mamadashvili, Sabazlai right back again. But do we have another choice? Frimpong's injured because he got out the wrong side of the bed. Bradley's injured because he got out the right side of bed. So even if things go well for Conor Bradley, he gets injured. Joe Gomez got injured because he breathed in oxygen and he expelled the carbon dioxide. That's enough to injure that clown. So might be Sabazlai right back, or it might be Curtis Jones right back. Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson. Interesting that Robertson's playing again and not Kirkers. Gravenberch, Jones, Salah, who's gonna do nothing the entire game. Wirtz, Gakpo, who's done nothing all year. Apparently Gakpo has 8 goals all year. Imagine that. You get paid 250 grand a week, and in an entire year you only put the ball in the net 8 times. And Isak up front. I'm excited for Isak, but that's probably the extent of it. You wouldn't take Slot over Howe? Wow, interesting. I'd give it a shot. I'd give it a shot at the very least. They're letting off some crappy blue fireworks. I got a good feeling about today. Although I did have a good feeling about the last game that we lost. So let's see how it goes. So true, Liverpool get injured even if they're sleeping. That's the thing. We can't. Some people call it bad luck, but I'm like, it's not even luck anymore. Especially certain players, especially Joe Gomez. I actually like Joe Gomez. I think he's really versatile. He counts towards the English quota, and I think he's decent. I think he's decent when he plays, but he can't play more than 2 games. Mo Scout says Alonso to Liverpool, Slot sacked. Let's hope that happens in the summer. A lot of people are kind of losing their minds that a lot of the noise out of the club is that they're going to stick with Slot. But I'm like, guys, chill out. The club isn't permanent. The club is not going to come out and say, we're going to sack this Boulder guy. That's just not kind of how they operate, number one. Number two, if they really wanted to keep him, now this is the main point. If they were really actually going to keep Slot, they would have given him a new contract, because Slot's only got 1 year left. So that is the main indicator. The fact that they have not given Slot a new contract means they likely don't see any sort of long-term future for him. Grace is here, the hat and shirt judger. What is your judgment for this shirt and this hat? That is the important question. Sick of Slot's system. It's boring. After all these games, Slot still experiments with players. I guess he kind of has to, but I feel like he should have experimented earlier in the season, because earlier in the season he just kept on doing the same thing game after game after game after game after game, and he just kept on losing. You know, they lost 4-1 to PSV, did the same thing against Man City, lost 3-0, and then there was a third loss in there as well. So I kind of don't mind him experimenting, but it just feels like more like experimentation out of desperation at this point. He more should have been doing this earlier in the year, but it is what it is. Shawnee says, come on, Everton, you can beat these lot. They are shite. I mean, they are shite, but I don't know if Everton will win, to be honest. I like the shirt, but not the hat. What's wrong with this? You just don't like any hat that's not got 500 things going on. I've noticed that's what your preference is. What winds me up is he doesn't give Chiesa proper minutes. Sometimes I forget Chiesa exists. It's that bad. I'm like, oh yeah, Chiesa. What could be the reason? I don't know what the reason is. They will probably reveal the reason in about 10 years. Some news story will come out and then nobody will care. The funny thing is, whenever Chiesa comes on, he looks fine. Like he doesn't look terrible. He looks fine, and he does actually contribute. So I don't know what the situation is. Interested to see what the formation is going to be today, to be honest with you. Who will replace Mo next season? That is the golden question. I mean, I think there's a prerequisite question before that. Who's going to be the manager? Because if Alonso comes in, he might not play with natural wingers. He might play with wing backs instead if it's Alonso. They've kicked off, by the way. So Alonso might play with wing backs. So if Alonso comes in and plays with wing backs, you probably don't need a natural winger. So I'd say that, number one, it depends on who comes in as a manager. A lot of people are kind of saying Michael Elise, but the better the performances that guy puts in, the harder it's going to be to get him. I don't know if you saw that goal against Madrid the other day, but I was thinking, bro, just hold on to the ball, hold on to it. And he goes with that audacious shot and he scores in like the 95th minute. So I just feel like if Liverpool do need a winger, Elise feels like a bit of a deluded pipe dream at the moment. So I don't know. I'd say the first question is, it depends on which manager comes in. And I think the second question is, once a manager comes in, is that manager going to play with wingers? I'm not sure it will be a straight swap. Grace says that's true. Zaim says that's high. How's it going, Zaim? I should really set this timer. One minute 40-ish. Okay, close enough. It's close enough. Wear the hat if you want. Why does your hair look different? Because I shaved it all off. You didn't notice yesterday. I had no hair yesterday either. You'll have to go back and watch it. Elise won't leave. It's a step down for him to go to Liverpool. That's basically what I was saying. The longer things go on, and the further Bayern go in the Champions League, the harder of a sell it is. And it's not like he's playing bad. It's not like he's playing badly for Bayern as well. He's playing amazing. So it would be it would be tough for I think most clubs to get him. Don't you think? Don't you guys still need to buy another striker? I mean, yes. Now with the Ekatike injury as well, Ekatike is going to be out for what, 9 months, which means he's going to miss the World Cup and he's going to miss the start of the season. I mean, if he's back before Christmas, that's pretty good going. So yeah, I think they would need to buy a striker as well. Um, in addition to the other positions that they need to buy. Same is doing good with Elise. It's unfortunately unrealistic. I doubt FSG will spend over 100 mil this summer. For preseason, I want to see dual 10 with Wirtz and Elliott. That could work. That could work. People lose their minds a bit about how much FSG spent this year, but that doesn't really point to the whole story if you think about it. A lot of the spend from this year was from the previous year where they bought nobody. So I think you have to take that into account. And I think additionally, you have to take into account the players that they sold. So I think if they sell players this year, they might be able to spend a bit more. But equally, who are you gonna sell? Like who are you gonna go to and say, hey, you alright? Do you want to buy Cody Gakpo? It's a bit of a hard sell. I think it's a bit of a hard sell to sell some of the existing players. I would be extremely surprised if they sell any of the new players. I don't think that's going to happen. Whereas the existing players, they're a bit older now, so you probably can't get much money for them. I mean, Curtis Jones, you might get a bit of money for. McAllister, I guess you could. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough sell. But yeah, I think a lot of it is dependent on which manager comes in, 100%. Stefan is going to join in with the gaming chat because I feel very excluded from gaming chat. I played Alien Death Kill Game Part 9 and shot alien zombies and Nazis. That's very impressive. I know that's not a real game, but I commend your effort. And to be honest, you're not far off. That's basically what most games are. I was playing Resident Evil yesterday, which is a horror game. It's pretty good. Can't lie, I'm enjoying that. I mean, who would move from beautiful Munich to live in Liverpool? Liverpool as a city, I don't think it's too bad. I think it's okay. With that said, most of the Liverpool players, they don't live in Liverpool. They live in Cheshire because they're rich. So who would move from Munich to live in Cheshire? Oh, good save by Mamadashvili. They almost scored. It's not like a huge kind of downside. Like, it's not like Scunthorpe or something. I didn't notice until today. Was more bothered about the new hat. You were extremely bothered by the new hat. You were like, I don't like it at all. So now I can't wear it again. Keep or sell? Chiesa, I think Chiesa you're going to have to sell because this manager doesn't play him. And I was starting to think maybe it's this manager, but do you remember when he got called up to the Italy squad and then he left? So maybe he's mentally not in the right place and mentally not training well. So I think Chiesa probably so. Gakpo I would give away for free. And if no one wants to take him for free, I would pay somebody to take him. You know how sometimes you do like Gumtree adverts? You know, you got like a old table and you can just take it away, or you know, you got some old chairs and you can just take them away. I would literally create a Gumtree advert for Cody Gakpo and just put his dumb face on the advert and see if anyone wants to take him. McAllister, if you can get, I mean, McAllister this year hasn't been great compared to previous years, but McAllister I'd be on the fence about. But if you can get good money for McAllister, I'd take it. Jones, probably sell. Conor Bradley, add loan to a Premier League club. because I think there's a player there, but he just can't stay fit. And it's all well and good saying, yeah, Conor Bradley's amazing, which I agree with. But if he only plays 3.5 games a season, what's the point? So Conor Bradley, I'd maybe loan to see can he play consistently somewhere else. Elliot, I can't lie, I'd keep. But I don't know if that's... What the fuck was that? Verts with literally the worst pass I've ever seen. I don't know what happens to this guy sometimes. When he wears a red shirt, he just passed that to nobody. To absolutely nobody. That was terrible. Elliot, I'd keep. Calvin Ramsey, I'd love to keep, but he's another one who exists within the Chiesa dungeon. Joe Gomez, I like, but again, Joe Gomez can only seem to play 3 games a season. But I'd probably keep him because I don't know if you'd get much money for him. Alisson, I can't lie. Alisson, I'd be tempted to sell. I'd be tempted to sell because I think they've extended his contract by a year. But again, the guy just keeps on getting injured. And is there any real point? Is there any real point to keeping Alisson if he plays like 5 games a year? Endo, I love Endo. Endo, I'd keep. I think there's a world. I think there's a world in which the new manager might want to play him. So I'd be tempted to keep Endo. The other flip side with Endo is how much money you gonna get for him? Really, like 10 million. I mean, 10 million at a push. I'd be tempted to keep Endo. Endo probably as a net figure contributes more in shirt sales than what you'd get. So you might as well just keep him around, I think. Funny you should say that. I live in Cheshire and I've never seen a Liverpool player. Always United and City. Interesting. Which United and City players have you seen? Speaking of, Mr. Default says United. I'm going to be so nasty when Bruno breaks the assist record. Oh, is this not the nasty version of you? That concerns me slightly. I'm a bit apprehensive. About what is to come. Have you jumped out of your plane yet, or is that happening at a later date? I'm not liking the look of this start. That's every game this year. Every game this year, pretty much. I heard Alisson out all season, and so is Hugo. Hugo is out all season. Hugo is also out for the World Cup. Hugo might not be back until Christmas, maybe later. So that's a bit worrying. Alisson, I don't think Alisson is an all season thing, but it's close enough to the end of the season at this point. You could kind of consider that. True, you did say W hat, but I feel like you're just being nice. I tell you what's real. I can literally see the Man City stadium from the canal I'm on. There are City fans here and they exist. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure? Because I know this is a point of contention where you tell me City fans exist and I say no, they don't. I'll take your word for it. Afi says, come on, Everton. Is Salah on? He is on. He ain't going to do nothing. Going to happen soon. June, July. Very nice. Good stuff. Are you going to film it? Are you going to film it? Are you going to scream United? Are you going to scream United as you jump out of the plane? I feel like you should do that. Kenneth says on Sky. Yes, it's on main event. I played Call of Duty on Mars and got to level 629 and won the gold medal, best player ever. That is impressive. I mean, not just the fact that you got to level 629, but the fact that you won the gold medal as well. I mean, it doesn't exist, but it's impressive nonetheless. Without incoming transfers, that will leave Rio only left wing. So yeah, if Gakpo was to go, then you definitely need a left winger if the next manager plays with wingers. Frimpong only right back, and to be honest nobody right back, because Frimpong can play about 5 games a season, Bradley can play about 2.5 games a season. I think you need a right back who's not going to get injured every 5 seconds. Kirke's left back, Isak our only striker, and Salah's leaving. The squad is down to the bare bones. Yeah, there is a lot of recruitment that they need to do, but let's see what happens. The thing is, they don't always have to go for the expensive players. Like, I know there isn't as much value in the market these days, but there must be a certain level of value. With left back, they might just recall Tsimikas. So they might just recall Tsimikas and call it a day. What else we got? Right back, Calvin Ramsey maybe. I think you definitely need a forward. But yeah, when you kind of put it all on paper, it kind of shows how bare bones they are. Any hat is better than the red hat. Grace does not like the red hat. Chicken wing. Hope you are good. Foul. Bit of a dive, to be fair. I see most United players around Alderley Edge Park. I try and avoid City players. I might get arrested. Fair enough. I don't blame you. Where did the 450 million go? It went down to about 200 million with sales, and I think the rest of it just on a handful of players. But if you take Ekatike out, who's injured for a while, that's a significant chunk of that out. Kirkes is now the only... So the second part of that, Kirkes, he's now the only left back with Robertson going. Then you got Wirtz and Isak. Lazy Coon, how do you feel about signing Jeremy Jacquet, La France? Did you think they overspent because of Mark Guehi? I don't think they necessarily overspent. I think Mark Guehi was about 35 million and Jacquet was about 50-ish million. I think a lot of the reason they went for him is he's younger and the wages were less. So they would have, say, amortized his fee over the length of his contract rather than the just the initial fee. I'm excited for him. Like, he looks good, but it's one of those things where everybody looks good in YouTube clips. You almost need to get the player in the squad to see how good he really looks. So I wouldn't say like I'm super excited and like super energized about it, but like, I mean, yeah, it looks fine. It's one of those, I guess. We'll have to see what he's like when he eventually joins. But apparently he's injured. Yeah, you haven't seen Ping Pong in ages. This is Frimpong. Ping Pong is injured as well. Everton are through, but Everton are shit and they failed to finish. Everton have started stronger. What is a surprise to nobody. Rebel Star says, come on, you Reds. Drew is cool. Gravenberch is going to get subbed off at half time. Gravenberch has not been playing too well recently. I hope it's just a short-term form thing where he's basically given up because the rest of the season is pointless. But yeah, it's not ideal. I still think Hughes will win. Isak to score, he needs a full 90 minutes. I'll be surprised if Isak gets more than one half. And I'll be extremely surprised if Isak gets more than an hour. I think what's going to happen is Isak will come off 45 minutes, 60 minutes, and then Rio will come on. Rio will go on the left and... that clown Gakpo will go up top. Has Resident Evil? Oh, it's amazing. I was playing for about an hour and a half yesterday, and I was just constantly swearing at the screen. But the thing is, if I'm constantly swearing at the screen, that means you've got my attention. The thing is, right? They don't give you any bullets, so I'm just creeping around like behind the zombies, trying not to get noticed. It's good. It is good. It's got the right balance in terms of kind of suspense and action, so I'm really enjoying it. But another terrible pass. Ekitike hat-trick, I'm predicting it. The Ekitike hat-trick is going to be if he can take 3 steps forward, but I don't think he'll take a single step at the moment. Fia Ekitike will not be explosive, but could play deeper as a second striker alongside Wirtz in the future. Time will tell. Time will ultimately tell. That is what they say about kind of Achilles injuries. That apparently they're the worst ones you can get, because you don't have that kind of explosiveness when you come back. Corner cleared, but ultimately, if it doesn't work out, they will just buy somebody else. As sad as it is. Drew is cool. Says we're gonna lose another game. I hope not. Especially with Chelsea losing yesterday. We really need to, at the very least, draw, but ideally win. Drew says, I love joining your lives because you actually try and read every chat. I try my best to kind of get through everything. He looks so scared. Is this me playing Resident Evil yesterday? I can't lie. It was pretty scary. A lot of the vulnerability is because you don't have a weapon. Like if you have a weapon, pistol, blade, and it's just specify this is in the game, then you're fine because you're like, okay, if anyone pops out, I'm good. But you're just crawling around with no ammo against 3-4 zombies, and it's like, give me a break. Grace finally got her TV up. Is this the one that you mentioned like 3 or 4 months ago? But better late than never. Got there in the end. Stefan played Resident Evil even more eviler. Is that the special edition? That's a good pass by Gravenberch, but Wirtz completely misses the ball. Is that is that a special edition that I'm not aware of? Steve says, will Grace's TV make Gakpo any better? Unfortunately not, no. And he just gives the fucking ball away. He just, like Steve literally said that. And at that exact moment, Gakpo gives the ball away. At that exact moment. Literally at that exact moment. Unfortunately, it will not make Gakpo any better. Hopefully, it has some sort of built-in AI where it just turns the screen off when Gakpo gets the ball. That's the best we can hope for. You know, you're watching the game. If Gakpo gets the ball, screen goes pitch black, and then the screen comes back once he loses the ball. Gravenberch needs to be dragged. He's not having the best game. So the game is like going shopping in Manchester town centre, pretty much. Yeah, just terrified with the with no way to defend yourself and surrounded by zombies. So yeah, it is oddly, Resident Evil is oddly reminiscent of Manchester. And the garden is almost done. My TV was supposed to be up at Christmas. At least you're getting there. Slow progress is better than no progress. It's a corner though. You reckon 1.5 over in terms of goals? Nah, I reckon there's going to be 1 goal in this corner, but nothing's going to happen. Let's be honest. Corner comes in, nothing happens, goes back out. I watched the Real Madrid Bayern game the other day, and it is crazy just the level. How much higher that level was. There was like 1,000 goals. There was like a goal every 5 seconds. Now I've got to come back and watch this. Slow progress is better than no progress is Liverpool's new saying. It can't be the new saying because it's literally backwards progress. So it's like going backwards. This is not even slow progress. This is regression. Everybody again losing their mind that the manager's going to stay. I don't think this manager's going to stay because they've not given him a new contract. He's got a year left, and if they were really going to keep him, he'd be signing a new deal. But there's no new deal. Yeah, Van Dijk fouls the guy there. Steve says Manchester is utopia compared to Birmingham. I find with all these big cities, it depends where you go. So Manchester, Birmingham, London, Liverpool. It generally depends kind of on where you go. Most of the kind of city centres are fine, I find, because they're kind of busy. You've got all the shops and whatnot. But once you get deeper into the city, then sometimes you gotta watch your back. How can Blue Zombie Moyes be outdoing 500 million Liverpool? I love how zombie is the theme of the day. The thing is, it's not just Zombie Moyes outdoing Liverpool. It's been most teams this year. You ever gonna dye your beard or nah? I might dye it before I go to Sweden. When am I going to Sweden? In like 2 weeks. Maybe dye it before then. King Sloth says, can I get a massive pat on the back? I'm in Vegas watching you at 6:30 in the morning. You literally go traveling more than I do. I go once a month. But you were in Italy recently, and now you're in Vegas. I mean, you can get an absolutely massive pat on the back for that. How is Vegas these days? If you're in Vegas, do not put any money on Liverpool. Or you could put money on them to lose, but that's the only thing I'd recommend. They'll wait to see if we get Champions League spots to make a decision. Slot progress is no progress. So do you think if they get a Champions League spot, if it's 5th or whatever, do you think they'll keep him? Do you think they'll keep him if he gets a Champions League spot? I still don't think they will, but it's not too crazy. Grace says, by the way, how do you have a grey beard in your 30s, lol? I mean, it's from the stress of watching this team. The funny thing is, there's pictures of me from 2-3 years ago, and there's no grey. There's no grey, and there's a lot more hair as well. It's just once you get one, then suddenly you get a ton. But there's clear pictures of me on my phone of me 2 years ago, and there's no grey hair. It's kind of weird. Sweden, can you get my stuff on the way back? I can do. I can try my best. What have you left there? That is the question. Slot out. Roy Hodgson back in. Some of the football has been worse than the Hodgson football. Oh, it's WrestleMania. Is that happening in Vegas? I see. Who's the main event? Is it Cody Rhodes? And probably somebody, I would guess. You go on holiday every 2 weeks. Not every 2 weeks, every month. But I don't have anything planned for after Sweden. Because I don't like it when it's too hot. Catherine says I'm right. Slot out, Stefan in. We could only hope. As Steve says, how can you be so bad? Everton score. And they don't just score, they absolutely smack it in. They absolutely smack it into the back of the net, bro. Part of me is thinking, what was that defending? And part of me thinks, please don't replay that because it looked really bad. You know, when it's happening so fast and you're like, what's happening? This is really bad. I almost don't want them to replay it because I'm going to see 500 mistakes. Okay, stop celebrating. Stop fucking celebrating. Move on. You're celebrating a bit too hard. Cross came in. Salah cleared it. Everton played it back. Pickford. Is that offside? It depends who got this header. Maybe not, to be honest. Is that right? It could be offside though. Terrible defending by Konate, which I have said for the 400th time this year. That could have been offside. Could have been offside. Dan says it's been disallowed. Oh, it's been disallowed. Ah! Bet you wish you didn't celebrate like that now. It was I need to see the lines though. I need to see the proper lines. Yeah, but like, okay, fucking hell, man. They don't draw the line. They're like they zoom in on one player and then they zoom in on the other player. I need to see both players in the same shot so that I can see the line. What is this crap replay? They zoom in on the first player and then they zoom in on the second player. It's like I need to see both players in the same shot. What the hell was that? Liam says clear offside. And Liam has an exclamation mark in his name, so I'll take that. Last night, it's Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. I see. Ooh, Salah! Salah scored. Now Salah scored. What the hell's going on? What's even going on? I was like, CM Punk? Then I was like, shit. Salah scored. Not that Ndai guy. Not so happy now, are ya? Yeah, literally, as Liam exclamation mark says, he can have that. Guy was basically orgasming on the pitch like 2 minutes ago because of his shitty disallowed goal, and now he's crying. So, I mean, Everton just give the ball. I mean, to be fair by Gakpo, I despise the guy, and I wish terrible things upon him. But that's a nice pass by Gakpo. Can't lie. That's a very nice pass by Gakpo. I still wish terrible things upon him, but amazing pass and goal by Salah. As Grace says, and as Isabel says, they could get effed. It's just like how hard the guy was celebrating. Like literally 2 minutes ago for his crappy little disallowed goal. Like he was acting like he'd won the lottery. And then it's just funny that his goal got disallowed. And then Liverpool scored 2 minutes later. That is funny. Kelleher said this season is a write-off. Did Kelleher say that about Liverpool? Speaking of Kelleher, I mean, if he wants to come back, there's a spot available for him. That's an amazing pass by Jones, but Gakpo has no control. Gakpo loses the ball because Gakpo is terrible at football, terrible at life, and I think if Gakpo ever tried cooking, it'd be the worst meal you ever had in your life. But it was a good pass by Jones. Paul abroad. Vetakaka. I've never heard of that, but I'm going to Google it. Bread with hints of butter. Oh, right. It comes in like a... It looks like crackers, but I might have to try some of that. First F word on 31 minutes at last. Yes, I'm trying to behave myself and reduce the frequency of the F words. But whenever Gakpo gets the ball, some of these things happen. Gakpo did something useful for a change, yes, and the for a change bit is the most important part there. It's soft bread. Food is next level in Scandinavia. Is it? I didn't have that as a... what's the word? I didn't have that as an expectation that the food would be really good, but you're getting me kind of excited now about the food. poor cross by Robertson. Yeah, Gakpo actually did something useful for the first time in his life. It was and even I was saying, look, 9 times out of 10 Gakpo is horrendous, but there he did a very good pass for Salah. Keep up the doodling. Went to the loo at Everton 1-0 and then had a double surprise when he came back. So number 1, the goal was disallowed. Number 2, Liverpool scored. It's kind of funny. Yeah, Gakpo clearly fouls the player there. I played Football Manager 2028. That is impressive. Doesn't exist yet, and made Oldham win the Galaxy Championship. Clearly, you need to go into the Football Manager Hall of Fame for that type of performance. Steve says the kebab pizza is on the top of his list. All the crisps are god tier and Princess Cake is another. I might be going at the wrong time then because I'm on a diet. I've been on a diet for the past 2 weeks. Part of the reason is in March I went to Japan and I was just eating everything. I walked about 17 miles a day and I still put on weight because I was just eating absolutely everything. And then I went to Spain on the bank holiday and I was like, yeah, I need to go on a diet. So unfortunately, I'm on a diet now. I might maybe be able to treat myself to one of those. Great finish, Salah, and assist. It was a good goal. Good pass and good first time finish. I'm able to travel everywhere because of my business, which mostly includes chartering aircraft. Very nice. Do you have a favorite aircraft? That is the question. Best one I've been on was the Japan Airlines A350 or something. That was nice. But yeah, next one's a Ryanair, so that's just gonna be a bog standard. Heard Isak start. He is starting. How's he getting on? He's alright. Hasn't really done anything special, to be honest with you. Shame you're not going during the summer, as it's 10 times better. That's the thing. I despise the summer. I absolutely despise the summer. Whereas I love the colder months. So, October, I went to Canada. November, I went to Netherlands. December, I went to Italy. January, I went to Budapest. February/March, I went to Japan. April, I went to Spain. May, I'm going to Sweden. But the next few months, probably nowhere. I just don't like the hot weather. When it's hot, I just like sitting next to my air conditioner. So I'm the opposite of most people. I love the cold, but hot weather, it's not it. Just does not do it for me. Dom looks built for the derby. Is that doing good? He's doing alright. But nothing special. And Finley is happy about that. That's what he likes to hear. That the rat is not doing anything again. I'd say he was better he looked better in the PSG game. Whereas this game, nothing is really jumping out. Corner for Everton. Nothing has happened. King Slot deals in private jets. Interesting. You may run into Cody Gakpo on one of your private jets, and if you do, make sure you tell him how most people feel. Yeah, I prefer the cold. If I can get any empty leg flights to Sweden, I'll let you know. You can ride in style. Sounds pretty good. Apparently, on Google, Italy is a hot country. It depends what time you go. A lot of these things depend on which month of the year you go. It's not the same. It's hot. Same hot. It's like 25 degrees. Always a breeze. None of the UK stuffiness. Yeah, in the UK it's very humid because it's an island. In Spain 2 weeks ago it was 24, 25 in Madrid 2 weeks ago. And that's about my upper limit. I would say I would actually say a bit beyond my upper limit. I did find that a bit uncomfortable, but yeah, Sweden might be a bit cooler because it's Scandinavia. Might be a bit breezy. 2-1 to Villa. Can't wait for his return to St. James's next season. He might make it out alive. Yeah, he might have to. He might have to be slightly injured during that game. I've walked 3 hours so far and burned 1,000 calories. That's nice. That's pretty impressive. Is that 3 hours today? 'Cause that's pretty good. I can't lie. September. Was it Rome that you were going to? One of the kind of first things I check the kind of temperature. So I don't know, temperature in Rome in September. You know what I mean. So then that kind of determines whether I go. I don't really get Liverpool players. Sometimes when transfer market open, it's a busy time. Then fair enough, makes sense. I guess when the transfer market is open, they're kind of traveling themselves to the medical and contract signing and all that. Whereas if it's during the season, then they're probably traveling together. Yo, Izuzi here. How are you, Izuzi? Yeah, Villa 2-1. Ollie Watkins goal. Who are they playing? Is it Southampton? I've still got that thing on my screen. Sorry, Sunderland. July, you're coming to Oldham. It's always raining and cold. We can meet some City fans that exist if you like, and go for a 1-star takeaway. I thought that was the main tourist attraction in Oldham. The plethora of 1-star hygiene establishments, which have a low rating, but food tastes pretty good. Dubai in December is good, not too hot. Vampire mode recommended for you. Yeah, my ideal temperature is between 5 to 15 degrees. That's what I'm about, roughly. That kind of range, 5 to 15. When I went to Germany maybe 2 years ago, it was about 35. I was dying. So that's why I have 2 air conditioners. Because if it's hot, I just sit next to them. Remember the famous De Gea failed transfer to Madrid? That was a jet. I sorted. I presume as well at the time, you've probably gotta keep it to yourself, kind of thing. So it's like top secret thing. But no, it's pretty good. Pretty good to be in the know regarding kind of who's going where. Because it is one of those things many people speculate about, but quite often you will have the answer. Oldham is only 50 miles away from me. Yeah, it's up north. Oh, it's 92 miles. Gakpo, but he's gonna do absolutely nothing. Oh, not bad actually, not bad. He did his little cut inside move, which Everton absolutely did not see coming. That's not bad for Gakpo. I mean, my bar for Gakpo is pretty low. Sorry. But it's a corner. Got a feeling Isak's gonna score from this. Watch. Okay, maybe not. And then Jones I mean, I had a feeling. I had a feeling he was gonna score. And to be fair, he did get his head onto the ball, but unfortunately, the ball did not go in the net. So I was half right. I'll take that. Move the ball quicker, man. They seem to want to kind of think about it forever. It's like, get the ball and pass it on. Liverpool are doing that patient thing. You know that archetypal Arne Slot football, patient. Sideways. And then once you've gone fully left, sideways. And then once you've gone fully right, repeat that pattern. This is what they're doing. This is that whole possession, wait for the perfect opportunity nonsense. In the meantime, the other team will get the ball, they'll boot it up the field, and it'll be 1-1. Just take a risk, man. Just take a risk, because that's what happens. Because eventually you'll get tackled, and then you pass it left, right, left, and then you get tackled and you lose the ball. Yeah, they're clearly holding out. I think holding out for the first half. God, this is so crap. Just do something, man. It's just like, it's so slow. It's so slow, and like just playing keep ball. God, man, this is terrible. Just do something with the ball. I'm in North Yorkshire. Very nice. My mate drove the city CEO once and talked about city's history. I said it must have been a short ride. Yeah. Did they have that? Maybe they had that conversation in the service stop, like in the urinals. Like, you know, but maybe, I mean, that's probably how long it would have taken. I played Red Dead Headset Redemption. I mean, that's close enough. You have got a few extra words in there, but I'll let you off. And I was so good, all the other players quit. I mean, that's an offline game, I believe. But I take your point. I mean, you got most of the name correct. Harry says the amount of time Gakpo can play in Isak, but he doesn't, is ridiculous. Isak now knows how Kerkez feels, because the amount of times earlier in the season Kerkez was making overlapping runs and Gakpo was like, no, I must cut inside and hit it over the bar. I literally was saying earlier, just create a Gumtree advert and put Cody Gakpo on it, because nobody's paying for him. So just create a Gumtree advert. Ooh, that's a good move by Isak. But saved. A bit of positivity. Isabel says, but we are winning. Everton aren't going to outperform their XG. That is true. Ultimately, we are still winning. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like the goal just kind of came out of the blue. But you're all right. Yeah. Started at City Grand. Dropped him off in the car park. That was a very extensive conversation about the history of Manchester City. I mean, the car that he was being driven in at the time probably had more history than Man City. Slot is such a reactive manager. We have no identity until Slot changes things in the second half. This is not how Liverpool should play. We should have a clear identity and not worried about opposition. I agree that there is a lack of identity. Something I liked back in the day is you could see the identity in the first team. And remember, was it Carabao Cup where the youth team played against Everton? And Curtis Jones, where he used to be number 48, he scored that long range goal. And I remember in that game, My opinion was, and a lot of people's opinion were, even the under 21s, they're playing with the same kind of identity as the senior team. But yeah, we don't have an identity anymore. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like pass it sideways indefinitely, hope for a mistake, and then pass it forward. The thing that irritates me the most, it's half time. The thing that irritates me the most is they wait forever for the perfect opportunity. It's this possession nonsense. Yes, we do possession football now, which I just hate, because they wait forever for the perfect opportunity, but you don't always get the perfect opportunity. And in the meantime, the other team will boot it up the pitch and they'll score. Where's Wyszynski? That's a good question. I was thinking, is it Saturday today or Sunday? It's Sunday. I'm not sure. He might be at Tesco, or he might be at school. I did ask him once, why do you have school on a Saturday? But I think he has a weekend school thing. But it is half time. I can't lie, some of the adverts are more interesting than watching Liverpool play. It's £2 for McDonald's cheeseburger. Was that not £1 back in the day? But it is half time. I keep thinking it's Saturday. But it's not Saturday. Are you watching second half? I'm not. I just did not stop the timer. To be honest, Gakpo is cooking. It was a nice pass. I can't lie. It was a nice pass, because not everybody makes that pass. So I will give him the credit for that. What you call a blind dinosaur? I don't know. Jordan Pickford with a blindfold on. That's my favorite Saurus after the Tyrannosaurus. Gakpo's been a lot better today. I mean, I can't lie. The assist was good, but I still had his fair share of disappointing moments. £1.69 for a bag of minstrels I bought for my mom. That's crazy. Are minstrels not like £1? Minstrels, Maltesers, M&Ms, are those things not £1? Where did this £1.69 come from? What do you call a woman standing on a house? It's gonna be like an actual name, like Eleanor or something, but it's gonna have like a house pun in it. Standing on a house. Oh yeah, I knew it. It's gonna have like some sort. It's gonna be some sort of real name. Ruth, yeah. I'm literally walking past the Etihad as we speak. Who are these people outside the ground in city sheds? They are figments. They are figments of your imagination. They're not really there. It's worrying how our £100 million player are basic playing. Seems like they can't do the basics. There was a moment in the first half where Wirtz had the ball in the box and he just kicked it. He just basically kicked it. In the sense, he tried to pass it to somebody, but there was nowhere near where he kicked the ball, and there was nobody in the immediate radius of the area in which he kicked the ball. So I was thinking, bro, all you've done is just randomly kick the ball. Minstrels slapped so hard, they are pretty good. Minstrels, Maltesers, all of those are pretty good. I recently made minstrel cookies and they were flipping unbelievable. I mean, they sound flipping unbelievable. And it's making my diet all the more flipping difficult. But no, minstrel cookies sound pretty good. Hope Villa lose today. Me too. Al Brown, I don't mind that we're winning, but if I'm honest, we are the maker of our own mistakes. Very true. And I don't think Liverpool have done enough to get a second, which kind of worries me because if Everton get an equaliser, what are Liverpool going to do then? But they do have Rio on the bench, Mr. Ngamoa. How's Ruth? Oh, we split up, mate. Oh, so you're ruthless. All right, I see. I see what you mean. You're waiting to use that. But then the person will come back with, "I'm not ruthless. I'm literally Ruth." You could say you are ruthless. No. If somebody's called Ruth, and if you split up with Ruth, then Ruth can call you ruthless. That would make more sense. Because you're ruthless for splitting up with her, and now you are also ruthless because you don't have Ruth. I've got fruit pastels in my hand right now. Pretty jealous. Have you got a favourite fruit pastel flavour? There's no energy in this Liverpool side whatsoever, says King Frimpong. You are correct. There's no energy, there's no belief, there's no... They just need a coffee. You know, sometimes when you haven't had a coffee and everything is just a bit slow and everything is slow motion, this is how this team is playing. They need to have a big coffee at halftime. And then they need to have another coffee because it will wear off after about 5 minutes. I just can't understand how Isak is not on form yet. Fitness can't always be the excuse. I'm willing to give him a bit of time because he was out for like 4 months. And he still hasn't played a full game. And also the other team are not the rest of the team are not really making use of him. So I think there's a lot we can blame, but I don't think we can blame Isak. Not yet, at the very least. I made cornflake cakes on Thursday, but I made it with cocoa powder instead of. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that wasn't nice. Was it very bitter? Did you add sugar? Did you add sugar to the cocoa powder? But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Jeffrey says, "How's it? Long time indeed." Yeah, I'm okay. All good. Liverpool are winning, so we'll enjoy it while it lasts. How about you? King Frimpong says, "There's no overlaps for the wingers either. I feel Slot expects Gakpo and Salah to beat their man, which is not going to happen. Salah could do that back in the day, but he's not that guy anymore. I think the only winger who can really beat their man is Rio, the 17-year-old child. Why did Chelsea lose yesterday? I didn't see the game, but was it 1-0 against United? Purple. There's a purple. Okay, orange fruit pastels are disgusting. Orange are not good. Red are good and green are good. I don't even know what purple is. Have you seen the new Nutella flavor? They're calling it Nutella peanut, right? Nutella peanut. But should you not just call it Peanutella? Does that not make more sense? Instead of Nutella peanut? Peanutella? Pay the ball to Isak. That is the key. They're not really... He's making kind of good runs. And I thought this was kind of even worse in the PSG game where he was making all these kind of amazing runs, but they just don't pass the ball to him. With that said, apparently Anthony Gordon might be off. Anthony Gordon might be off from Newcastle in the summer. And if there's one club that Anthony Gordon likes, it's Liverpool. And if there's one player that Anthony Gordon likes playing with, it's Isak. So, could that happen? I wouldn't mind that for the right price. We didn't have chocolate, so I didn't have a choice. So you made cocoa flavoured chocolate cornflakes. Were they still fine? Like you said, they were not as nice as chocolate, but were they still okay? Were they still decent? Is that looks quite good, or is that quiet but no one is playing him through? That's the problem. I really have to question what they're doing on the the trading pitch, because it's almost like they've just plunked him. They've just kind of plunked him there in the middle, and like he's doing the right things, but the team isn't making the use of him, and the team isn't passing it to him. Wirtz has potential. Well, I mean, I hope he doesn't make. I hope he doesn't make another terrible pass, because that pass he did in the first half was the worst thing I've ever seen. I didn't know there was a new Nutella. Apparently, yes. Apparently, it's called Nutella Peanut. Nutella Peanut. But should you not just call it Peanutella? That's surely a better name. Beto gonna score, I think. Isaac's being quiet. I'll be interested to see if he comes off. Florian Wirtz's left toenail loves Florian Wirtz, but then Wirtz does not love you, because Wirtz cuts you off. If you think about it, Wirtz cuts you off every week. But still, I'm sure he appreciates you to a certain degree. No, I didn't like them. You've made 18 chocolate cornflakes with cocoa, and you don't like them. So what? So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna bin them, or are you gonna eat them? How you, Pixel? Hope you are well. Hope you are doing good. I was gonna say Liverpool are doing good. They're not. It's a lucky 1-0, to be honest. Game's been pretty even, but it is what it is. We take it. Desperate times and all that. I'm slacking. I haven't had pinned comment in ages. The thing is, I have a feeling Fish will just put any sort of comment instantly so that it gets pinned. And the thing is, I have no choice, because I have said whoever puts the first comment on YouTube, it will get pinned. And I feel like Fish will always just write whatever nonsense comment he can just so that it gets pinned. And I've got no choice. I've got to pin it. Dale says we're rival today's. Come on, you Blues. I thought, to be honest with you, I think you've been the better team. I can't lie. It's close, but I think you've been the scarier team. I feel like Liverpool's goal was kind of lucky, but a draw would be fair. I think a draw right now at halftime would be fair. You don't deserve to be behind by any chance. Grace says my jokes are amazing. Appreciate that. My biggest joke is currently on the pitch. When do you think Liverpool will sack Slot? In the summer. Everybody's losing their mind because they're saying they're saying via the media that they're gonna stick with him. But of course you say that via the media. You don't say via the media, yeah, we're gonna get rid of the clown. We're gonna get rid of him later. That's not what you say. And I think the proof is ultimately in the pudding, because he has 1 year left on his contract. So when he joined, he signed a 3-year deal, right? Which means he's going to have 1 year left. To me, the proof that they're not going to keep him is the fact that they haven't given him a contract. So they have no belief in the long term with him. So I think they will get rid. They can pick for their arena. Come on, you Reds, says Cargo. Yeah, that's the thing. Fish will sometimes just post the most random comment I've ever seen in my life, but it makes him happy. Dale says this is the best football coverage on TikTok. You're great, mate. Appreciate that, Dale. Appreciate that. I'm literally just making things up as I go along, but I'm glad people are enjoying it. I'm slightly worried for the second half, because I think in the second half you're more likely to score, and if you do score, I do not see us scoring, because that goal was a bit of a fluke. So we might be able to hold on, but if we don't hold on, then we are screwed with a capital S and also a capital C, because we're capitalizing 2 letters. I gotta say, the stadium does look nice, to be fair. They're just showing like the kind of aerial view of it now, and it's like surrounded by the water. I gotta say, as far as stadiums go, Zach really hopes Jurgen comes back, but hopefully if it's Xabi, he'll be as good as he was in Leverkusen. I don't think Klopp comes back. I wouldn't mind him back. In fact, part of me would be very happy to see him back, but I would not want him back just for a year, and then he says, you know what, I'm bored again, I want to leave. I don't want somebody who's committed for the long term. Alonso would be great. I think Andoni Iraola would be also very good. At this point, I'm at the point where I'm just thinking, just make a change, because this cannot continue. Why did Liverpool versus Man United get delayed? I used to know the answer to this, but I don't remember it anymore. It'll be annoying though if they let him stay just to not spend the money to pay off his contract. They'll be like, write off an entire season. Why not? Shrug. That would be truly insane. The thing is with that, if the team were to regress even further, I feel like that would cost them more money than they would save by keeping him, if that makes sense. Let's for argument's sake, and again, I don't know the figures. For argument's sake, let's say it would cost £5 million to pay him off. If the team were to regress further, Liverpool would lose more than 5 million. So I'm almost like, you know what? You just got to pay the 5 million and move on. Second half's about to start. People want midfielders brought in, like Andre, Adam Wharton, Kamara, Siddiqui, Kone. But how is the Sabo Gravenberch deal working? I think again, a lot of it depends on who is going to be the manager who comes in. I think the manager question is the first question you need to solve. Is it Alonso? Is it Iraola? Is it Slot? Is it my mom? Is it my dad? Who is the manager? And I think once you know who the manager is, then you can buy players who fit that manager's system. Me personally, I like the idea of a combative midfielder, like a Fabinho, like a Mascherano. I think this team is a bit silky. This team is a bit like ballet dancing, but you need more break dancing. Or I don't know. They're like lightweight boxers, but you need heavyweight kickboxers. You need a bit more aggression in there. That's what I would like, but that's apparently that's out of fashion these days. Predictions for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be 1-1. There's a big game today, City versus Arsenal. You're supporting Arsenal? What on earth? What on earth would compel you to support that team? That is the question. There you go, I've set the timer. I think Kirkhead is slightly better than Robertson. Well, he'll need to be a lot better than Robertson, because Robertson is going to no longer be here in about 5 games. And I'd presume Kirkhead is the long-term left-back going forward. I think they might recall Tsimikas and keep Kirkhead as the first choice, but time will tell. The green ones are not disgusting. The green sweets in any sweets are always the best. They're the tangiest, which makes them the best. The biggest rumour is it's Nagelsmann. Well, Zayn will be very happy about that, because he was one of Zayn's choices. At the moment, I'd borderline take anybody within reason. Like I wouldn't take Sam Allardyce, but I think you just need. Damn, it is 3-1 Villa. They're showing the replay in the corner there, as Bobby was saying. But I think you just need a change. I think a lot of these players, they are simply not playing for this manager. Sometimes a new face with new ideas. Sometimes that can have a significant impact. It's just so slow, bro. They're just passing the ball around like so fucking slow, and then they lose it. We deserve to concede from that. We did not concede, but it's just Liverpool like passing the ball around so slowly, and then Jones just gives it away because there's no urgency in this team. Like, this team just needs a kick up the backside. Every single one of them. It's just so slow. They're playing like they're half asleep. AB says, personally think Slot stays. I'm just not convinced the board will sack him. I think there is a world in which he stays. I think it's more likely he leaves. Because for me, if they had confidence in him, they would have given him a new contract. Because Slot is only going to have 1 year left on his deal. So that's the main data point / indicator to me. If he was staying, he would have signed a new deal already. But it's not impossible that he stays, but I just think it's unlikely. I like both teams, but I prefer Arsenal. Fair enough. Last Everton player to transfer to Liverpool, can you name him? Was it Gary McAllister? Or was it Abel Xavier? Do you remember Abel Xavier? He had the blonde hair. I'm trying to think. Was there anybody? I think Abel Xavier was after Gary McAllister. I think. I was gonna say Anthony Gordon, but he went the other way. There you go. I got it. I had a feeling. Yeah, I was just thinking. Was there anybody after Abel Xavier? But no, it was Xavier 100%. If Slot stays, his tactics need to improve drastically. The thing is, I don't think it's purely tactical though. I also think it's mental, and I also think it's social. He can have the best tactics in the world, but if you as a manager are not empowering and getting your players enthusiastic about that, it's not going to work. If that makes sense. It's almost like you can have the best product in the world, but if you cannot sell that product, then nobody's gonna buy it. Gakpo having a good game. I think his pass was quite good, but other than that, I would have expected much more. Charlotte Colouring says, who did supporting the Reds, even though I'm wearing a black version of the top today. So Stefan walked 15k in 3 hours, getting a bus home to watch City versus Arsenal. Have you looked at? I do like how you are leaving these comments for Fish. I hope he notices and picks up on it. Slot can't even pick an 11. I mean, Slot can't count to 11. So let's give him a break and understand why he can't pick an 11. I feel like the team is starting to lack leadership, and for me that's trickling down from the club management. So if people have no belief in the club management in terms of Slot and so forth, by extension most of the team won't have belief in the players on the pitch. So if your manager doesn't come across as a leader, then your captain also is not going to come across as a leader. I think all of that is linked, I think. Gakpo annoys me so much. Runs to the byline, tries to cut onto his right foot, as per usual. I was literally going to say as per usual, but you beat me to it. Like, genuinely F up. Brigario on right now. This is why I was saying, we can't sell Gakpo. You're literally going to have to create a Gumtree advert and just stick him in it. Grace watched Borough before this, and they are 5th, fighting for a spot in the Premier League. Do you reckon they will get the spot? That is the question. I want Glasner to be given a chance. I'm back. Liverpool need another grumpy German. wouldn't be the worst. Wouldn't be the worst idea. M is not feeling it, but I would say wouldn't be the worst idea. Wouldn't be the best idea either, but wouldn't be the worst. Shirt and hat next stream? No idea. I think that's next Saturday, I think. Well, it will have to be probably a white one. Gakpo softened them up. He did. It was a good pass, and I think we have to concede that it was a good pass. It was a good assist. He is still. See, as soon as we fucking mention Gakpo, yeah. As soon as we mention Gakpo, they fucking equalize. Soon as we mention Gakpo, of course I'm gonna blame it on him. Yeah, we are not winning this game. We are not winning this game. It's Beto. To be fair, somebody earlier, who was it that said, is it still on the screen? Somebody said Beto gonna score. Mamadashvili on the floor, but I think he's faking that, to be honest with you. Nah, it's gone off my screen. Oh God, Kanate is garbage, man. Rubbish defending by Kanate, rubbish defending by Robertson. I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna be disallowed. What is Kanate even doing? Like the whole notion this year has been, are Liverpool gonna give him a new contract? It should be reversed. It's like, does he deserve a new contract? Guy is ass. We made the same sound. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be disallowed because, to be honest, it looked fine. Kanate got out-muscled and outpaced, and then Robertson also got out-muscled and outpaced. I don't see anything wrong with that goal. Mamadashvili's on the floor, which is not what we want. We don't want our second keeper injured when our first one gets injured making his cornflakes. Jesus. Liverpool very close to match their 2008 record, and that's not a positive. Oh my God, Freddie Woodman's coming on. We're down to the third keeper. Oh God, Freddie Woodman is literal ass. He's literal ass. We literally just got him because he was free. I think he was in the Bilbao game that I went to in pre-season, and he couldn't catch a ball. He is terrible. We've lost this. We've lost it. It's not fine. We've lost. That's it. 2-1, 3-1. A draw would have been fair, but now with Freddie, why is it whenever there's a collision, these shitty Liverpool players always go off on a fucking stretcher? Why does this team always have players going off on a stretcher? With other teams, you know, they get hurt, they get up and they get on with it. Other teams, they get fouled, they brush it off and then they get on with it. This team, whenever there's a collision, the twat will be on a stretcher every single time and he'll get taken off. Why does this always happen with this team? The stretcher literally covers more miles than Gakpo or than half the team. Constantly stretches, man. Like what's his excuse? He's played like 5 games all year. Why is there always a stretcher? Why is there a stretcher for everything? What is going on? Are they doing like Muay Thai kickboxing in training? Oh, this goalkeeper is terrible. Like, we literally got him because he was free and because he was English. So he counts towards the quota. An injury can happen anytime. My point is they happen every time. And every time there's a collision, there's a stretcher. Immediately after, there's always a stretcher. Whereas other teams, they get injured, they get back up. You know, they get tackled, they get back up. They get punched in the face, they get back up. They get suplexed, they get back up. But this team, always a stretcher. Frimpong goes down, here's a stretcher. Bradley goes down, here's a stretcher. Alisson goes down, here's 5 stretchers. Isak goes down, here's a stretcher. Ekatika goes down, here's a stretcher. Mamardashvili goes down, here's a stretcher. Why is there a stretcher every single time? What the hell is even going down? What the hell's even going on, man? It might be long-term worth it not to get Champions League to force FSG to sack Slot, and Konate should have played against the reserves since PSV. I mean, Konate's been garbage all season. I'd like to think if Leone was fit. Leone as well. Leone goes down. Here's a stretcher. But that stretcher gets more miles than half this team. But if Leone did not get a stretcher, I think Leone would be playing. PJ Top. I think PJ Top is still in the wash, to be honest. Can you say twat? It's a bit late now. I've said it. Dale says calm down. I'm just annoyed that anytime. Firstly, it's a legitimate goal. Nothing wrong with the goal. It's the fact that whenever our players get hurt, they always get seriously hurt, and it's nobody's fault apart from our own. Because what is going on in training? What is going on in the recovery? What is going down? What is going on in the physio? What is going down with all of that? Cleared off the line. Have you heard of the new Xbox game called Here's a Stretcher? Yeah, it's got the Liverpool FC crest on the front because it's ridiculous. I've seen that stretcher more times than I've seen a goal this year. It's not a coincidence. What are they actually doing in the physio room? They're just incapable of just kind of brushing things off and just kind of getting on with it. I just missed out on what happened to Mamardashvili. Was it serious? He got stretchered off. It didn't look that. If I'm honest, it didn't look that bad. It genuinely didn't look that bad. But you know, whenever Liverpool players get injured, it's the end of the world and they get stretchered off. So he got stretchered off. So now we've got Freddie Woodman in goal. So prepare to concede another 4 goals. Part of the reason for playing this less intensive brand of football was to reduce the number of injuries. But I swear we get the same amount. Has another team as well ever had this many goalkeeper injuries? It'll be the funniest thing if and when Isak leaves. If and when Alisson leaves, goes to Juventus, and probably never gets injured again. Yeah, to be honest, pretty much all Everton at the moment. This could be the starting point for this keeper. It happened with Martinez, you never know. What do you mean in terms of starting point? In terms of injuries or in terms of form? Gakpo to be airlifted 1 to 10 odds from the bookies. Yeah, can we airlift Gakpo into Brazil so he can go learn how to play football? We'll pick him back up. Liverpool can't even keep the ball in. form and finding out that he's brilliant. I'm just annoyed that we just keep on getting injuries. Whenever it's a collision, that orange stretcher comes out. I'm pretty sure that stretcher is Frimpong's best friend at this point. He did catch it. It was an easy one. I mean, it's something I could have caught, but he's gonna be. I don't want to hate on my own player, but he's gonna be a serious liability. I won't say I've never seen, but I watched him in pre-season, and he was terrible. Yeah, Alisson sleeps in bed with the stretcher. Alisson's married to the stretcher at this point. I honestly feel like they could break a nail. And the stretcher would come out. Didn't Ekatike also get stretchered off? Not this time, but the game before. He got stretchered off. And then the next game they said, no, he's perfectly fine. Blue Baron says, "How was Japan? It was amazing. It was either number one or number two best places I've been. But yeah, I really miss it now. It takes a month to kind of soak in, and now I'm like, yeah, now I definitely have to go again. But yeah, no, it was really, really, really good. It's definitely one of those places I think you need to visit more than once if you can. Very busy, I can't lie. Very, very busy. Lots of people, but lots of things to do. I love the arcades. They have like old style arcades there with arcade machines. And what is kind of so funny is it's not just kind of young people there. It's people of all ages playing like Tekken on an arcade machine. But yeah, it was good. I was tempted to go again this year, but it's going to be too hot, so I might have to go this year. Hate says, bro, just come United. Your team's finished. I mean, that is irony if you think about it. It's irony of the deepest form. I mean, if you said come support City, I'd understand, but I think we're both finished at this point. I was gonna say why is Robertson shooting, but not a bad shot. Also, why has Robertson started 2 games in a row? What's happening with Kirkers? Actually, no, that was a terrible shot. Right, Isak has played 66 minutes at this point. Stefan says Union Berlin have appointed the first ever female manager in a European top 5 league. Maybe Liverpool could try it. Jerry Halliwell is free. The thing is, so Jerry Halliwell, she was Ginger Spice. If you want to hire a Spice Girl, Melanie C, Sporty Spice, she was a Liverpool fan. So you could hire her because she actually supports Liverpool. But maybe, I don't know, maybe Melanie C could be the manager and Jerry Halliwell could be the assistant manager. Maybe that would work. I mean, the Spice Boys did used to be a thing at Liverpool, so I guess the Spice Girls could also be a thing. Everton taking a throw in, and I just know they're going to do something with it. Yeah, just give them opportunity after opportunity. That's fine. Just give them another opportunity. Clear the ball, but then say, you know what? Have another go. It's fine. Have another attempt. Konate's gone down. Oh, is Kanate being stretched off? I mean, if Kanate is being stretched off, that's probably a positive. White Gucci hat, please. Could do. Have I not worn? Have I not worn that one recently though? See, Kanate's hurt there, but Kanate was the aggressor. I heard the boy Freddie Woodman's come on, awful for us back in late 2010s and early 2020s. This is literally what I was saying. Freddie Woodman is literal ass. He is terrible. I watched him in pre-season when I went to watch the Liverpool Atlético Bilbao game. I was like a few meters away from him and he couldn't catch a single ball. He was garbage. He was so trash. We literally only signed him because we needed to fill up the England quota and he was free. He's one of those players who you sign to fill the quota, but you hope never has to actually play. And now he's played an important game. We're lucky Everton haven't really had any shots on goal, because if they did, he is not catching anything, he's not saving anything. Literally that. Honestly, one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever seen. Like the ball would come at him so slow and he just wouldn't catch it. And I was thinking, who on earth is this guy that we've signed? Again, we only signed him because he was free. And we've only signed him because he's English. Who's worse, Onana or Freddie? I mean, they're two different flavors of rubbish. Wouldn't expect Woodman to be great. Scott Carson is City's third goalkeeper. Scott Carson, the Liverpool legend. The Liverpool legend who... He played a lot in the 2005 Champions League campaign. I think he was playing against Juventus in the quarters. I remember when we signed Scott Carson from Leeds in like 2004, 2005. So Scott Carson was decent at one time. But I think Freddie Woodman's just been garbage for all of time. Who's the best goalkeeper? I mean, that's a loaded question. Rio is coming on. We can now relax. I bet you he's going to take Isak off and he's going to move Gakpo centrally. Salah is giving Rio some advice. Rio is nodding, but I'm not convinced that Rio understands. And Isak is coming off. Fantastic. That's great. Oh, Finley will be happy about that, but I am not happy about that. Isak's off, which means Gakpo central, probably, and Rio left, probably. Forest winning, keeping Spurs in relegation spot. It would be the funniest thing ever if Spurs get relegated and Harry Kane wins the Ballon d'Or in the same season. Could conceivably happen, especially if Bayern win the Champions League. I'm guessing the Rats done absolutely night again. Grass isn't always greener, Alex lad. To be honest, I don't feel like he did much this game. I feel like he did more the last game against PSG. But this game, not much. Had a decent header, decent shot. But to be honest, the team as a whole hasn't really done much. We got a lucky goal. But we've currently got every player behind the ball. Because defending deep against Everton is what we do. Let's all laugh at Spurs. It'll be the funniest thing if they get relegated. I'm surprised Curtis Jones is still on the pitch. Curtis Jones' shirt is too big for him. It's like he got a shirt that's one size too big. Gakpo central. Rio is on the left. Yeah, that's pretty much Tottenham summed up. Kanate with rubbish defending again. Jones with the clearance, but it goes straight back to the Everton player. I mean, I'd rather Jones did not backheel it when he was the last player. You know, when you're the last defender, just be a bit more sensible. Because if you lose that ball there, we are absolutely screwed. Oh, wow. Rank these elite top tier goalkeepers. Scott Carson, David James, Chris Kirkland, Brad Friedel, Brad Jones, Adrian and Peter Gulashi. I'm putting Scott Carson number 1, you know. Partly because of the 2005 Champions League campaign. Scott Carson number 1. I'd put Chris Kirkland number 2. Friedel number 3. David James number 4. David James, I used to think was pants. He was so highly rated because, yeah, no penalty. He was just highly rated because he was tall and he was a big guy. But I always thought as a goalkeeper he was rubbish. But what did I say? Scott Carson, Kirkland, Friedel, James, Adrian, Brad Jones, Gulashi. Yeah, he's a liability. 100%. So what's wrong with your TikTok? For some reason it doesn't load up properly. It does on a web browser, but it doesn't in the app. So I need to look into it. What did I say? Liverpool won't beat Everton. I believe you did state that. Salah to Wirtz. It takes too many touches. Rio. See, Wirtz there had enough time to just take a shot because the route through the goal was clear. But he took too many touches, number 1. And number 2, he ended up passing it to Gakpo, which, let's be honest, passing it to Gakpo is never the answer. If somebody says to you, it's a matter of life or death and you can survive if you pass to Gakpo, the answer is still not to pass to Gakpo. What the hell is Freddie Woodman doing? It says Red Bull gives you wings on the side, and I think Freddie Woodman was taking that literally. I don't know why he was doing that. Oh, was it you that said it? You know when Beto scored, I was saying, I swear somebody earlier said Beto scored, and I was scrolling up and it only like stole so many comments. But I was like, somebody did say Beto scored. So there you go. It was Theo that said it. I was frantically scrolling up and down trying to find it, but it can't. But now he's seeing double. Next is Sabazlai free kick. I mean, if Sabazlai gets a free kick, we will ask you for the lottery numbers. Liverpool have to win. I put my last money on it. Ooh, I would never put money on Liverpool. Lincoln City got promoted yesterday from Division 1, so Lincoln City versus Spurs will be a fixture, and I think one of those teams will be the clear favourite and the other team will be Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, it's not loading up properly on my phone, but it does work on the desktop. Playing Curtis Jones, a right back, is going to give me a heart attack. He is also going to give me a heart attack and also an aneurysm and possibly also constipation all at the same time. The reason is he's not right back here, and he's doing all these kind of silky things, all these silky like back heels and silky like, bro, you're the last line of defense. We don't need the last line of defense to be silky. We need you to keep it simple. And additionally, he can't seem to pass the ball 5 yards. So then just pass it 4 yards. Gibbs White hat-trick within like 20 minutes for Forest. That's is that what keeps popping up? Because they keep showing it. They keep showing it in the corner. So Forest are on 36 points now. Forest are 5 ahead of Spurs. If West Ham can get a couple of wins or a win, it's not going to be looking good for Spurs. Cookie says hi, Everton all day. I mean, I think Everton have been better, to be honest with you. Dwight McNeil coming off and Tyreek George is coming on. Finn has nearly passed out. A bit like Gakpo, who plays like he's permanently passed out. Spurs are going to be going to the Championship. I can't believe it. It's going to be hilarious. You know how sometimes people say, we don't want them to go down. It's going to be a big loss. I'm like, nah, fuck them. let them go down. It'll be hilarious. I will absolutely love it. Not that I hate Spurs, because I don't really hate them, but it'll still be kind of funny. Cookie doesn't like Liverpool. I mean, I'm finding it harder and harder to like Liverpool at this point. You looking forward to work tomorrow? Absolutely not. Thank you for reminding me. I keep thinking it's Saturday, you know. Keep thinking it's Saturday. So when you say tomorrow, I'm like, huh? Counter-attack opportunity, but there's no counter-attacking in this team because they are slow AF. And just as I say that, they play the ball backwards. Oh, God. I just miss when this team used to counterattack. They'll start off the counter-attack and then they kind of have a realization that, attacking, this is not something that we do. Let's turn around, play it backwards and play it sideways instead. Robertson. Jones straight away with the Ronaldo job. Okay, now Szoboszlai is going to have to cover that position, or Konate is coming back to cover. Rank Dudek, Mignolet, Kelleher, Sander, Westerwald and Donny. McAllister's coming. Oh my God, what's happening to McAllister's hairline? Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a bit harsh, but Frimpong's coming on alongside him. Dudek, Mignolet, Kelleher, Westerwald, Donny. Even though he wasn't a number one, I'm gonna say Kelleher because screw it. I love Kelleher. Kelleher number one. I think Dudek you'd have to put number 2 because of the Champions League heroics. But if Dudek did not have the Champions League heroics, I'd put him in 3. But Kelleher, Dudek, Sander Westerwald, Simon Mignolet, and then Donny. Donny looked great. He looked like this amazing, gigantic Brazilian, but he was garbage. I don't think he played too much, but even then, I'd put Kelleher number 1. Gravenberch. We should almost like ban Gravenberch from taking shots. I know he does score occasionally, but the word occasionally means on the other occasions he hits the ball into the crowd, and that's a bit annoying. Wirtz is coming off. I think he's been rubbish. Gakpo's coming off. There is a God after all. And McAllister's coming on and Frimpong's coming on. Pretty positive substitutions, I guess. Probably it's probably the most he could have done. You got City or Arsenal. I think City are going to take it because City are at home as well. So I think being at home gives City the advantage. And I think City are in better form. And I find City tend to get better as the season goes on. Whereas Arsenal tend to decline and start, I don't want to say start bottling it, but start losing belief as time goes on. So I think City are going to win. But how about you? That's what Isabel would have picked. Good to hear. Unpopular opinion, but Brad Friedel was on par with Pepe Reina. You reckon? Reina for me, other than Alisson, Reina's been the best Liverpool keeper in my lifetime. When I was a kid, like 5 or 6, it was David James. So I've had David James, Chris Kirkland, Dudek, Sander Westerweld, Mignolet, Karius. But Reina, I'd say Reina was the best one. Brad Friedel was good. But Reina would be second only to Alisson for me. Do you remember when Pepe Reina signed? Like, he was playing in pre-season before the signing had even been formally announced. He was in the team. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This was like 2007, but it hadn't been announced anywhere that he'd signed. And then there was a pre-season game, and there was this giant, bold Spaniard there. I was thinking, has he signed already? This was kind of pre-internet-ish days, so that could be why. But I always found that funny. And there was also that pre-season game where he played in midfield. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Kerkez is coming on. Kerkez is at a shave, but Kerkez is coming on. Here's Ping Pong, and here's also Kerkez. I have a random question. Do you like Marmite? I don't think I've ever eaten it. I think I might have. No. I think I've tasted it once just to try it, and I can't lie. It was absolutely disgusting. I don't know how anybody eats that stuff. I just remember it being very bitter and tasting borderline poisonous. So no, not in the slightest. But something tells me you might like Marmite. Okay, rank Gakpo. Well, he's automatically at the bottom. Maxi Rodriguez, Sterling, Kewell, and McManaman. Oh, God. See, Steve McManaman, I have a hatred for because he left on a free. He left on a free to go to Madrid. But now he's doing all the LFC stuff, right? Now he's doing videos with Liverpool again because now Madrid don't want him. So now he's wearing a Liverpool shirt again, doing crappy Liverpool FC things on the Liverpool FC channel. Now he's come back. Now Madrid have said we don't actually need you because we've got Figo, Zidane, heck, even Beckham. So now he's come back. But I don't like McManaman because of that. And I find him irritating. I find his commentary crap. I just don't like him. But but irrespective of that, I mean, Harry Kewell was amazing for Leeds, but Liverpool didn't really get the best out of him. Oh, there's another stretcher, but thankfully it's for the Blues this time. But trying to do this objectively in terms of how they perform for Liverpool. You'd have to put, even though I hate him, I think you'd have to put McManaman number 1, Sterling number 2, because Sterling was on fire. And when he went to Man City for 49 million, that was a lot of money back in the day. Where kind of 30 million was a decent amount back then. So to get almost double is insane. McManaman, Sterling, Rodriguez scored a couple of hat-tricks here and there, to be fair. Kewell number 4 and Gakpo number 5 because of who he is. So that's just... But objectively speaking, I might have to swap Gakpo and Kewell around. Kewell was great, and he did start the Champions League final that he got injured in, but his legs weren't the same. Grace does not like Marmite. That's good to know. City have all the imaginary fans in their stadium. in their empty stadium to cheer them on in silence. They're not real. They are holograms and they are illusions. Steven says, "Hey, how are you doing? I've been better because my water bottle is basically finished and I'm trying to squeeze every bit of water out of this because I need to go downstairs to get another one. So I've been better, but how are you?" That's the question. No way Arsenal has 60% chance to bottle the league, according to Polymarket. I mean, I'm surprised it's that low because it is Arsenal we're talking about, so there should be 100% chance that they bottle the league. Yeah, you made it a difficult ranking, 100%. What about celery? I don't know if I've had celery before. I think I might have had it. It's kind of plain from what I recall. But Marmite is worse than celery, 100%. 100%. Stephen has just dropped a follow. Appreciate that, Stephen. Okay, Rio and Kirkes on the overlap, but we always cut inside, man. We always cut inside. Players overlap wide, whether it's Rio, whether it's Frimpong, but we absolutely kind of never make use of them, and it's so irritating. Player will make an overlapping run, but we just don't pass it. And in many ways, it is the antithesis. It is the opposite of what used to happen with Klopp. With Klopp, players used to overlap, and we would pass the ball to the overlapping fullback, whether it was Robertson, whether it was Trent. But now we just don't. Now we just don't use them. 11. Oh, please don't be 11 minutes. 11 minutes of injury time. I am dehydrated as hell because I only brought a small half empty. I know. 11 minutes. I've been making plans for the last half an hour about what I'm going to do at 3:52. And now it's going to have to be 4:02. I'm like, come on, man. 11 minutes. They're taking the mick here. But that's life. When did you start? I think about 1 year ago, approximately. Are there any pundits, commentators that you actually like? I think so. She's not so much a commentator, but there's one journalist where she speaks Spanish and she speaks English, and so when she's interviewing the players, she speaks to the players in Spanish, and then she will kind of translate on the fly, and it's like super smooth and super impressive the way that she does it. She was good. Who else is there? McManaman I despise, Carragher I despise, Gary Neville I despise. There are some. Oh, Ali McCoist I find annoying. I know people love him, but I just find him annoying. There are some. But they'll come to me eventually. Bojan Kirkic. I mean, he was extremely highly rated as a youngster, but it didn't quite work out for him. Pjanic, Rakitic, Vidic, Modric. Modric number 1. Who would be number 2? Number 2 would be a close one between Vidic and Rakitic, but you could almost take your list there, just reverse your list, the other way, and then that could be the correct list. To be fair, that's literally what Isabel has done. You know, when I was saying just take your list and reverse it, is that right? So you said Modric, Vidic, Rakitic, Pjanic, Kirkic. Modric, Vidic, Rakitic. Yeah, you've done the same thing. You've reversed. You've simply reversed the list. Did you get all the girls in school? Yeah, of course, 100%. Not really. Reckon Liverpool will win? Nope. Holding on for a draw. I'm asking random things. That's fine. It's better than this game. This is staying a draw. I hope so. That's as much as we can hope for. What's brown and sticky? I mean, Liverpool style of play. Do you know any dart players? Luke Littler, and there's that other one, the one that you like. Something with a C. There's a C in there. Oh! Jesus Christ, man, Woodman. And I'm being kind to Vidic because he's a dirty manure player and he was so shocking in big games. I mean, I don't think he's a big fan of Fernando Torres. Let's put it that way. Stick. Is that what you got? I was thinking, how is the stick sticky? But is that because sticky? Makes sense. Fernando Torres, he was quite the player. Kind of irritated me how earlier in the season everyone was saying Ekitike is better than Torres, and it's like, what? No, calm down. He does say everything twice, and I just find him a bit. Sometimes, I'm sure he's a nice person, but gets overexcited about kind of little things, and it's like, mate, chill out. All he's done is pass the ball 2 yards. That was it. Is it Jack Clayton? Jack Clayton. That was another thing. Carragher started that, saying that he's better than Torres, which is insane. Watching this stream on 4% battery on my phone. Dang. Well, hopefully if you can hold on and Liverpool's defense can also hold on. I think your battery needs to last 5 more minutes. So that's approximately 0.8% per minute. If you can then hold on. Oh, was it Johnny? I thought it was Jack. Close it up. I mean, I got the J bit. Don't I get points for the J? Liverpool playing keep ball. Liverpool do not want to take a risk. This is a win for Everton. I don't think it's a win for either. I think Everton, if Everton pushed a bit more, Everton could have won this game. Liverpool have their third keeper in goal. So Liverpool, Mamadashvili went off injured. Freddie Woodman is in goal. I mean, Freddie Woodman probably is brown and sticky because his name is Woodman, if you think about it. But if we hold on to this, it will be. I was tempted to say it will be a success, but it will be what we deserve. I don't think we've done enough to deserve a win. Can you say hi, Grace's mom? Hello, Grace's mom. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I was having a good Sunday because I thought it was Saturday. And when I realized it was Sunday, it became less good. But that is life. Not Gakpo, Gravenberch, Rio! Just hits it over. Kind of snapped at that. Kind of snatched at the shot there. He really didn't need to kind of smack that so hard. Could have placed that. Yeah, I'm waiting till 1%. If I would have a Samsung, I could wait till 0%. Fair enough. Is it bad I eat an entire pack of bourbons in one sitting? I was going to say no, but then you said it's a twin pack. I mean, the twin. So when you say one pack, it's not an entire pack. It's 2 packs. I mean, not 2 pack as in 2 packs Shakur, but 2 packs of biscuits. I mean, if you do it once in a while, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. Bourbons are pretty good. Bourbons are those kind of biscuits where you just can't have one. You can either have none, you can either have no biscuits, or you can eat all of them. So I know the feeling. I love biscuits, but that's literally why I don't buy them, because I have no control. I'll just gobble them all up. And even if I just have one or two, in the back of my head, I'll be in another room and I'll be thinking, you know what? I got biscuits in the kitchen. You know what? I got biscuits in the kitchen. You know what? I got biscuits in the kitchen. And then I'll just go and eat them. So I just have no self-control. I have the self-control not to buy it, but other than that, there is none. Grace says, I'm the goat. Well, if I get biscuits, then I eat biscuits like a goat eats grass. So Bosley wrote a absolutely garbage shot. I'm a goblin when it comes to biscuits. I know, I know the feeling. I just have to not buy them. Sometimes when you shop online, it's easier because you don't have to walk down the aisle. You can just not click on the thing. But when you're physically in the shop, it's a lot harder. So sometimes I just have to skip that entire aisle because I have no self-control. Salah centrally looks way better. Oh my god, Kanata has just fallen over. Looks way better with the Frimpong provided the width. I agree. John Barnes, Ronaldo, Messi all came central when legs went. I agree. It's something I hope they would have kind of experimented a bit during the season, but it kind of feels a bit too late now. Salah. Oh, Gakpo! What's his name? Van Dijk. Van Dijk has scored. Van Dijk has scored a very similar goal to the first goal that he ever scored when he joined. It's a bit late for that, mate, because Van Dijk has scored. And it's very, very similar goal to the very first goal that he scored. So when he joined, his first game was against Everton and he scored a header that was exactly like that. That was exactly... We do not deserve a win here, to be honest with you. We do not deserve this. But it's Everton. It's typical Everton, isn't it? It's Everton. Promise a lot, but failed to deliver. It looked a bit dodged, though. So it's Sabazlai. No, it's all right, to be fair. I'm just waiting for them to see that they don't disallow it. I don't see any problem with that. Tarkovsky kind of falls over, but I see nothing wrong with that. If I see VAR check in the corner, I'm going to lose my shit. Everton can suck it. Indeed they can. Pickford and Tarkovsky having a little argument. Mr. Default says, oh, FFS, your boss at work is going to be, I was going to say be unbearable, but I think he's not too bad. So that makes it a bit more tolerable. Liverpool are now 5th with 55 points. I can't lie. I do think Vidic was, I agree with this. Vidic was good, but he wasn't that good. Get your coat on, get moving, because we don't have the meaning of losing. Virgil scored at the Hill Van Dyke Hill Van Dykenson Stadium. I like that. That's pretty good. It's very similar though. It's very similar to his first goal that he ever scored on his debut in 2018 January, I think. It's full time. Key for Keegan Bird. Full time. At least I can be annoying to my friend now. That's the way it works. If somebody loses, there'll be somebody. If somebody loses, there'll be somebody somewhere you can be annoying to. The acceptance to the rule is City because nobody supports City. What are you doing after this? Oh, a long list of things. A long list of things around the house. Great win. Everton are a good team. We did not deserve this win. Absolutely. Absolutely did not deserve this. Did not deserve this in the slightest. I feel kind of dirty for winning this. I can't lie. I mean, I'll take it. Is that enough for Champions League or? I don't know. No, it's full time. It's full time. But it is what it is. It was a win-win because I also have a Liverpool friend and boss. That's the thing. So provided it's not a draw, you'll have somebody you can make fun of. All the Everton fans leaving. They are all leaving the Van Dijkenson Stadium. Yeah, they did think they were kind of really hard at the start. Very aggressive, swearing at our players, but not really doing that anymore. And oh my God, Freddie Woodman didn't have a disaster. Not a single shred of pity, not a fraction of a shred, not a tenth of a shred. Take care, Grace. 3 points off Villa, 55 to 58. That's more like it. That's more like it. In terms of the table, how much I hate this SofaScore website, man. How far away are Chelsea? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's a decent lead, to be fair. 48. So Chelsea are on 48. Liverpool are on 55. Liverpool are 3 points behind Villa and 3 points behind United. It's not too bad. We're lucky that everybody else is rubbish. What you call a deer with no eyes? Cody Gakpo, because he clearly has no eyes. Ibi says Skipper got us. It was very similar to the first goal he ever scored. So on his debut, he scored a goal like that. Very similar. Oh, no idea. Yeah, they're just showing that Villa late goal now. What you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Dead? Don't know. Oh, okay. Still, that's probably better. That makes sense. If we beat United, we could leapfrog them. We could, provided it's in a... Yeah, because goal difference is pretty close. 11-13. He says, I think you're at home, though. You are at home. And thankfully, I will not be here. I will be in Swedening. Outside a pub full of City fans watching the build-up must be a dream. It's not. Yeah, it's not possible. It's a hologram. It's AI. It's not. It is not. It has no basis in reality. I've never seen a City fan in my life. When's next gaming? I don't know. Last one was yesterday. If you're not watching, then Liverpool will win, so please cancel your trip. That's kind of what I felt like. Whenever I go away, Liverpool win. And then whenever I come back to watch it, Liverpool are rubbish. Van Dijk was getting thrown bottles on his head. He could have headed them right back because that's his level of accuracy. That's his level of accuracy with his head. He should have just headed it right back. Best way to get revenge. But anyway, I gotta go now because that's life. When Liverpool playing next? Saturday? I think next Saturday. Next Saturday I'll be back. But now I must go to do my tasks around the house. Anyway. And to get another water bottle because I'm thirsty. But anyway. Tuesday. Nah, I ain't going to be tomorrow. I don't know. There was one yesterday. You'll have to watch the replay of yesterday's. and then maybe midweek. Depends how busy I am. But yeah, take care, Isabel. See you next week, where we will win another game and hopefully get Champions League. But anyway, take care. Enjoy the Arsenal game if you watch that. Yeah, Palace. Hopefully we beat them. See ya.